The time has come, everyone. Moglar is ready to show off Ketsui, Kizuna, Jigoku, Tachi.
All right, hello everyone. Just to briefly introduce myself and my co-commentator, my name is Softdrink, and I'm joined by KZ.
Hello, I'm KZ, the Kuso player.
To briefly introduce the game, Ketsui is a vertical bullet hell shooter released in arcades by Cave Co. in 2003. It's seen a number of ports over the years, the most recent and by far the best being an M2 Shot Triggers port to PS4, which is what's going to be played for this run.
Yeah, this is going to be a really action-packed and very fast-paced game. We're going to go from scoring trick to scoring trick to scoring trick, and it's going to be extremely intense.
We're going to have very little time for donations, so please try to have a couple ready. There will only be probably 4 or 5 opportunities through the run.
Yeah.
So, with that, believe we're ready. Are you ready, Kizzy?
I am ready. Want to count down?
Yes, sir. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Get me some donations to read chat. Send those in.
So as mentioned, Ketsui is a vertical bullet hell shooter. The player ship has a very small hitbox, roughly right in the center. There's 2 primary modes of fire, a wide spread shot and a focused laser. When you kill enemies with the wide spread shot, they will drop chips of differing values depending on how close you are to them. These values range from 1 to 5. Then if you switch to the laser, you will have a short window where every enemy that you kill with the lock-on laser will drop additional chips of that type. So the core gameplay loop is to be very close to enemies to get those big 5 chips, and then switch to the lock-on laser and carry that chain through to get even more 5 chips and build up some counters.
Now,
so you can see that right here with these kind of small enemies. He's trying to get really close to them and switch over to the lock-on laser to cash out into those chains.
Coming up, want to have a big multiplier for these mid-bosses. He has about like 900 multiplier. This is extremely hard. Right now, he's going to go for a quick kill strat here. He's going to lock onto one of the side pods, and he's going to be quick killing this mid-boss here just so that he can get a little bonus chopper on the left after it dies. Nice 5-chip kill on this.
Right. And now you, KZ mentioned multiplier. So there's a number of different counters that you see in the top left corner of the screen. On the bottom is the current chain value. Right now it's at 5 and ticking down. And then above that, you see a little 3-digit counter. That's the current multiplier. You also see this pop up with like a little times, times 600, times 500, whatever, when he kills an enemy. As the name implies, the multiplier multiplies the base value of enemies. The multiplier goes up as you collect chips, but it also goes down when you use the lock-on laser to kill enemies. So generally speaking, you want to use the multiplier kind of to cash out on large and lucrative targets, like these bigger planes or stage mid-bosses. You don't want to usually use multiplier against the smaller enemies in the stage, except maybe at the very end. Now, the topmost counter with 4 digits is your total stage counter. That will continuously increase. The only way for that to decrease is if you die. That is used as a multiplier against the boss.
We're entering the first boss, and we're going to do a little trick here to get some a little extra multiplier, a little extra 5 chips. He's going to kill the side pods here and time them with the destruction of the missile barrage, and that'll cancel the that'll cancel those missiles into 5 chips, which will contribute to his boss multiplier.
Yeah, so you see he came into this with less than 2,800, and he's actually gaining chips, even though the counter is continuously ticking down during the boss fight. Because he's going for this milking strategy, he's able to get extra 5 chips during the fight.
Final wing flap milk here. Once that wing flap dies, we're going to move on to phase 2.
So this multiplier, this total stage counter, is applied to boss value, but it's also important for calculating the end of stage bonuses. So the total chip count is multiplied by the life and bomb stock in order to calculate the end of stage point bonus that you get. So for high score, it's very important not to die and not to bomb at all. Although we're going to see some of that just for survival anyway.
Yeah. Coming up on stage 2 right now?
Yeah. So you may notice that sometimes his options move back and forth very quickly, like up and down. And he's...
Ooh! Very early death. Are we going to do a reset?
I don't believe
I think he's going on. I think he's going on.
I think he's going to keep going. So like right there where he's sort of switching back and forth between shot and laser very quickly, that is abusing part of how the scoring mechanic works. So the chips that are generated when you are killing enemies with the lock shot actually are generated when enemies explode, which means that with very fast input and good timing, you can actually kill enemies with the wide shot and then switch to the lock shot to generate those additional chips without cashing out the multiplier. It's called an empty lock, and it's a scoring technique we're going to see all throughout the run.
Yeah, now here on the stage 2 mid-boss, the stage 2 mid-boss is on an infinitely looping background. and he wants to delay the kill of the mid-boss so that he gets the most optimal enemy rush afterwards.
There's actually a little widget in the lower right-hand corner of the PS4 port that will show you if you have an optimal Zako rush. So right there, he got, it looks like about 85%.
90%? That's really nice.
Yeah, very, very
and
nice.
He's going to be streaming 5 chips off of these enemies right here. Going to try to empty lock this airplane and the next airplane.
Yep.
He got nice patterns for those. Oh, he had a lock kill there.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate, but not a huge deal.
Yeah.
So this end section of stage 2 is really where the game starts to emphasize like routing and positioning as a way of taking out enemies efficiently. And it only gets more intense when you try to play it for score, because you really have to plan out like when and where you're going to make these short chains and where you're going to cash out with your lock shot. So,
right, especially some of these some of the more difficult parts of chaining in Ketsui is leaving certain enemies alive for just a little bit longer so that you can effectively get 5 chips off of them to chain into other large, high-value targets. And so now we're coming up on a stage 2 boss, and I think he's going to do another scoring trick involving killing the treads at the perfect time. So first he's going to bully this right tread here. He wants to get rid of that as soon as possible. He's going to be shot killing it so as to not cash out his boss multiplier. Your boss multiplier does cash out when, as Soft Drink mentioned, when you do lock kill any component, including certain phases, and sometimes it's more profitable to leave your multiplier
nice empty lock right there.
Your multiplier for the very end. Now here he's going to time the destruction of that left tread with a future grenade pattern, and we're going to see 5 chips coming out of this grenade right here. Nice.
Yeah, very good.
There we go.
So as mentioned, the explosions are actually what generate the 5 chips, not the enemy death itself. So even in situations like that, where that grenade would not normally drop any chips at all, because it was generating explosions and he had started a chip chain right before it started to explode, he was able to exploit that for some extra score. So now starting to set up for stage 3, even with that very
really
early
unfortunate
death in stage 2, he's still doing quite well in terms of score.
It's gonna cut into his end of stage bonuses a lot.
Yeah. The other thing that's adjusting his end of stage bonuses is that we're playing with slightly modified settings, just for marathon safety. So he has a couple extra lives at the start of the game, and the conditions to unlock the second loop of the game are alleviated. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Yeah, right
stage
now,
Stage 3 is a kind of the start of where the game really starts to reward very aggressive play. So you'll see a lot of movement that's very dramatic up to the top of the screen and taking out some of these enemies, especially these kind of big white helicopters, as soon as they show up.
Coming up on another big scoring trick here. He's going to point blank both phases of that big plane. He's going to get 2 bonus choppers off of that. Normally, if you were to play this game for survival, you would only see none, or if you're very lucky, 1. And getting that second bonus chip there requires a lot of risk.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, the point blank strategy against that large plane is really quite dangerous. So here, this end section to set it up optimally for score is a little tricky. Looks like he's on time with it. Yeah, very nice.
Nice. Yeah,
Notice
he wants
that
to be at around 800 or 900 multiplier by the time this section ends, because we want to be at a very high multiplier for the mid-boss coming up. He's going to get a little bit more multiplier here, empty locking all of these popcorn that are coming down before the mid-boss Vinogradov.
Yep. And note that he's not trying to lock kill the popcorn. So again, the lock shot will decrease every time you kill an enemy. Like the multiplier value will decrease every time you kill an enemy. So he's trying to kill only the small targets with the rapid shot and use the lock shot on larger high-value targets just to maximize his score potential.
Oh my god, I love this Vinogradov final phase strat. He wants to point blank this as much as possible, just so that he can have a chance at getting one of the bonus ships at the very end there, and it looks like he didn't get it. He's probably only going to get 5 bonus ships. The 6th bonus ship there is really difficult to get.
5. Very nice. So yeah, you get those bonus helicopters will only show up if you kill Vinogradov fast enough. In casual play, you might not see any of them at all, and here he got 5. So it just goes to show exactly how aggressive and how much he's pushing it right now. This section here is another section that's very difficult to go for 5 chips. He's playing super aggressively, really up towards the top of the screen, which is quite important in that area for score. Now here we're going to come up on another one of those big golden bat kind of bomber enemies.
Oh man, I really love the scoring trick. It's awesome. Yeah, of course he's going to go for it.
There you go.
The around the world dodge. First time I saw this strat in a real run, I was just, mind was blown.
Yeah, it's not just a swag strat, it actually scores quite a bit better because you end up getting a couple extra 5-chip chains.
Yeah, it still looks really, really cool though.
So stage 3
coming
boss,
up on the stage 3 boss.
Jamadar. This is where the game starts throwing these more like organic bullet behaviors at you, and it can be quite jarring for people who are used to more traditional style of bullet hell gameplay. So some interesting stuff going on here.
Going to delay the destruction for phase 1 here so that he can empty lock the first phase. Nice. Oh, didn't get a really good empty lock, but he still got more than 1 5-chip. Normally, if you're going to kill this with shot, you would only get 1 5-chip, and he got more. He got multiple.
So he's setting up just to kill this pontoon on the one side as part of a scoring trick. It is also useful for survival. So in the second loop, it's going to be quite important for him to kill that one pontoon early. So
had to bomb the walls.
Had to bomb. Yeah.
Nice timing on the second empty lock there, and now we're on to the final pattern. Final pattern looks really tricky, but all you have to do is just hug the blue walls, and you'll automatically hug the blue wall, and you'll automatically dodge the red ones.
So stage 4 is another stage that really emphasizes like very, very aggressive play. So you'll see, especially for the first half of the stage, he's going to spend a lot of the time very up to the top of the screen and killing enemies almost immediately when they come on.
Yeah, you want to kill these things as soon as possible before they have a chance to overwhelm you with large swaths of bullet patterns.
Yeah, you'll also notice that he's not dodging in between the bullets very much. Like he's dodging the entire pattern all at once. That's what we refer to as macro dodging, and it's incredibly important for survival in this stage in particular. So we probably have time for a donation right now. What do you think, Izzy?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, 1 or 2 maybe.
Excellent. We have $50 from the Electric Underground, who says, "Yo, Moglar,
yeah. Yo,
I told you I'd find a way to pay your bounty for beating 500 million. Your skill is unbelievable, and I am eternally jealous. Much love for showing off this amazing game and the best video game genre to games done quick." Smiley face. Shout-outs to Soft Drink and KZ for the excellent commentary as well.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Time for one more?
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
$10 from Professor Shinobi. A haiku. The screen scrolls upward. Bullets, bullets everywhere, but no place to slink. Donation goes to the Minecraft bonus game. Oh, and don't forget to dodge!
I'm liking the haikus.
Yeah.
So haikus. This is the stage 4 mid-boss, Black Draft. There's going to be a setup here for a trick to get some extra score off of an empty lock with some little missiles that this boss is going to fire in its next phase. So just wanted to bring that up, and I think we have time
pattern after this one. No, I don't think we do. This is a really hype trick.
Oh, okay.
He's going to go on top of the screen here.
Yeah,
nice empty lock.
Very nice. I meant here like afterwards, but anyway, it's all right. It's all good now. So. Yeah, this mid-boss is it's quite tricky to play for survival. If you don't time it right, you can get really stuck. So nice, very clean. All right, so
and
he's going to go
for the second half of stage 4.
A really crazy trick right here.
Yeah, the enemy. There's going to be a large chopper spawning in from the right. Nice point blank.
There you go. There you go.
Nice. Oh, he's going to get it.
He got it. He got it.
Nice 5 chips on the second phase of that big chopper there, which is called the Nightmare. And its name is a nightmare because it's obviously just a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, I'm really glad he got that. He was messing it up in practice a little earlier, so very happy for him. This section here with these little spinny enemies, we call them Roombas, can be kind of tricky to deal with for survival because the screen scroll can interfere with kind of your intuitive reading of how the bullets would be moving.
Going to delay the kill on this big gray tank here so that he can 5-chip it with popcorn that spawn right above it. We had to wait for it to scroll up a little bit, and there we got it. Now we're coming up on the second nightmare. Here he's going to leave some of the enemies, like the tank enemies there on the ground alive until he weakens it so that he can get the 5-chip off of that. Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Just lots of 5 chips.
All right, so third nightmare upcoming here. This one is a lot harder.
Yeah, he doesn't have the luxury of having enemies on the bottom, so he's going to have to... he's just going to bomb it.
Yeah, good bomb. It was a little off of where he wanted to be there. The dodging on that last one is very hard.
Yeah.
Coming up to the stage 4 boss, Cinderella. This boss is a huge wake-up call for a lot of players in this game. She's very aggressive, and a lot of the patterns are really unintuitive visually. So he's going to try to maximize damage by keeping his laser hitting the boss at all times through this first phase. Let's just skip the final pattern of this first phase.
Yeah, the final pattern of this first phase is extremely difficult, but you never see it in practice because everyone just skips it.
Yeah, so here he should be getting it.
He should be getting it.
Cinderella starts coming down the screen here. We should see the transition to the next phase right about now. Yeah,
there we go.
So waiting to lock on there so he doesn't accidentally lock onto the planes. This pattern is kind of tricky. Usually you want to like go through all the funnels or avoid all the funnels because it kind of steers you around.
Disco ball pattern about to come up. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
And he's going to be locking onto the disco ball to get the pattern over with. If you don't lock onto the disco ball pattern, that pattern just goes on forever and ever until it times out.
Nice little safe spot there. Again, the Cinderella body has no collision, so you can just get right up on top of it. You got some good RNG here. If this pattern comes out of phase, it can be quite tricky to dodge, but it looked like it lined up pretty well for him.
Final pattern. This is going to be another around the world dodge. He's going to be dodging around the side of the screen.
This pattern, it really just requires you to keep moving, but it can be very tricky to actually execute. So, looks like he's doing well so far. You may see a bomb, but I don't think so. Nice. Yeah,
no,
very good.
Definitely not in the first loop. All right, and we're on to stage 5. Even with these reduced end of stage bonuses, he's still at 122 million, which is really insane.
Still doing incredibly well, especially considering he lost that life very early. Again, since the end of stage bonus is multiplied by the number of lives and bombs you have, that's a cumulative effect over the course of the entire run for every life you lose. So going for some extra empty locks here right at the start of stage 5.
Yeah, those empty locks are extremely precise.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to try to go for that. Now here coming back on a souped up version of the golden bat from earlier. This is a very tricky enemy to deal with.
He's gonna 5-chip this golden bat here with
the first phase
that just spawned.
And he got the second phase. Nice.
Now watch what he does on this air conditioner here in order to 5-chip it. He's gonna be grabbing the popcorn that spawned right above it. Nice.
Very nice. Okay.
Very nice.
A little worried there because his damage wasn't quite where he wanted it to be, but it worked out okay. So very nice.
Yeah. Now getting to stage 5 is very difficult. But stage 5 alone, it probably constitutes like, more than half of the difficulty of like a regular survival 1-all clear.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention for scoring.
It only gets harder from here.
Yeah, this is basically the biggest difficulty spike in the game on the first loop.
Second
nice little 5-chip on the second air conditioner here.
Yep.
There we go.
And this section can be kind of hard because these big helicopters can really wall you off. So you have to be very aggressive with your routing and take them out pretty early. Looks like he has a good pattern for it here. Yeah. Nice. Nice.
And now I think we're coming up on the second fixed extend of the game. The first fixed extend was that the third mid-boss. And this one, there's going to be two clones of the player ships. There he killed one of them. And if he kills the second one, if he kills the second one without bombing, he's going to get another one up.
And just going for the much easier on all these big tanks like a boss. Nice. Here he's leaving these turrets alive so that he can set up for a 5-chip against some helicopters that are going to spawn, like that one right there. And now this one right here. Now this last helicopter he's going to leave alive so that he can set up for a 5-chip off of one of the turrets of this mid-boss. That one right there.
Yeah, he's going to want to kill 3 of the turrets to maximize his point gain from the stage 5 mid-boss. He already has a huge multiplier, 970. So he's going to be cashing in a lot on this mid-boss here, especially with the turrets.
So this middle right turret is killing it on time like that is crucial for survival in the second loop. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Now you can usually kill the left turret, or you can kill the main body in order to transition this boss into phase 2. But killing the main body is a lot more lucrative. There we go. And final pattern.
This last pattern is pretty visually disorienting. It's not actually too bad once you get a handle on it, but it's still pretty easy to mess it up. Just like the stage 2 mid-boss, this one also has a enemy rush afterwards.
Looks like he's not going to be getting a very optimal Zaka rush. Never mind. I think I think he got a perfect Zaka rush.
I think he got
like the Zaka rushometer on the right there pretty much just said 0, but then it.
Very nice.
I guess that means 100.
Oh, that's so good.
Nice, recharging his multiplier with.
Oh. Okay, that's a bummer.
Yeah. A lot of unfortunate deaths here in loop 1.
Yeah, but he picked it right back up and got back on route. So there's going to be something fun coming up in just a second here. He's going to leave one of these planes alive and use that to start a 5-chip chain right here. Very tricky to do correctly. Nice.
Nice.
And now coming
approaching
up on
the infamous descent section.
Yeah, one of the most difficult single stretches of the game. So he's got to be
very aggressive,
very
killing these 4 big ships so that he can get them over with as fast as possible before they really overwhelm him with the red bullets. And now for the stage 5 Nightmare. He's going to do a really cool trick. I think he's going to go for it. Yeah, it looks like he's setting up.
For it.
Yeah! Yo, that was first try. I mean, like, you don't really get, like, second tries in this game. You just die instead, but still.
Yeah. Well, you know, dying's bad.
Yeah, dying is bad. But you don't really get another shot at a scoring trick.
Still, getting that at all is just so impressive. Very, very dangerous trick.
Yeah. Apparently, I believe Moglar gets it like 90% of the time, which is really impressive.
Wow. So this stretch here is also quite difficult. He's going to want to cut over to the right and then cut back down to the center. And that'll make a little opening for him to continue move over to the left. Very nice. Now there's going to be some
now
more
we're approaching one of the 2 clone rush sections. He wants to speed kill this section as fast as possible so that he can set up for the next scoring trick after this, where he wants to be at the top of the screen in the middle, so that he can stream the popcorn for lots of 5 chips.
Note that he's
going to recharge his multiplier down to 900. And here he's going to quick kill this large gray tank here, so he's going to get 4 extra waves of popcorn, I believe, and he's going to empty lock all of them. And you can see, like, you can see his mastery of the empty lock, getting 2 chips off of each enemy there.
All right, now this final helicopter rush is another one of the sections of this stage that's just absolutely incredibly difficult. For these last pair of helicopters, he wants to get 2 locks on each of them. Looks like he did it.
He got the good locks.
And there they go.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice quick kill.
If you leave those alive for even just a couple seconds, they can absolutely flood the screen. So very, very good control of that section.
Yeah, especially disrupting the way you are going to be chaining the turret section afterwards, which is also pretty difficult.
Now
here we're on a Vacaneer, and we're going to be locking onto the top right leg. This is basically a 1-cycle setup.
Yeah, so there's a peculiarity of the damage in this game is that if your laser and all 4 of your options are locked onto the same target, and the laser is within the targeting reticle, you'll do a little bit of extra damage. So here, because that leg happens to end up right in the center of the screen for a prolonged period of time, he's able to just position himself down there and do a little bit of extra damage, which, like Casey said, is enough to kind of 1-cycle this. You just see
we're coming
little
up to the end of the first phase here.
Yep.
It should be dead pretty much about now.
Yep.
There we go.
Very nice. So now this first pattern, he's just going to try to misdirect where the red stuff is being fired and avoid the blue spreads. For these explosions, you want to sit at the bottom of the screen and then move up a little bit to misdirect where the bullets are going to go, just like that. Perfect.
Nice.
Now here you want to move up through the red rings and stay locked all the time. It's very counterintuitive, but if you unlock here, it's very easy to lose control. So very nicely done. And then here again, just going back for that misdirect setup. And he, again, was just kind of maximizing his damage there, so he did not have to deal with the explosion pattern again. Now here, this is the final phase of this boss. Again, just the same setup as before, but it's a little bit of a trickier pattern now because it just goes on and on and on.
All right, and I think we're coming up on the end of loop 1. Nice.
Yeah, so let's talk about loops. Now that he's finished the first loop, he will play through the entire game again on a much, much higher difficulty.
Yeah.
So ordinarily,
special round.
The loop that he's trying to access here, the Aura loop, would only be accessible if he managed to complete the entire first loop of the game without bombing and without dying. However,
yeah, so it's pretty much the epitome of marathon unsafety.
Yeah, just to make it more marathon safe, he's playing in a modified rule set where he's able to always access this second loop.
Yeah, so, we wanted to be able to show it off in a live setting, but being able to Aura loop consistently is extremely, extremely difficult, especially with how much risk he's doing while scoring.
Yeah. So you may notice there are no longer chips being dropped at all. And now whenever he kills enemies, there's a lot of bullets that are fired back by the enemies. So in the loop, you get what are called revenge bullets, which is sort of this idea of like, oh, if I go, I'm going to take you down with
I'm
me.
taking you with me.
Yeah. And the chip values that are contributed to the multiplier and the total stage counter instead come from the revenge bullets that are fired. So those numbers are actually corresponding to literally the number of bullets that are being generated. So every bullet that's fired or actually sealed, if you sit directly on top of an enemy, you can prevent those bullets from being fired. Like those tanks right there, they didn't fire any revenge bullets.
Yeah, those despawn revenge bullets will still contribute to your multiplier, however. So it is pretty lucrative for both survival and scoring to get up in these enemies' faces so that you're safer from these revenge bullets, which are one of the main sources of difficulty in this run. You can see there that the revenge bullets pretty much cut off like 70% of the screen for him.
Yeah, so you'll also notice in the loop, like, he's doing a lot of these very exaggerated movements where he'll kind of make big U-shapes, like start at one side of the screen, move down, over, and then back up on the other. This is a way of controlling where the bullets are fired. Since most of the revenge bullets are aimed in your general direction. They're aimed kind of at you. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, he had
wasn't
a bomb
quite
there
set
for
up for
safety.
that, right? He had the bomb there, yeah. Good safety bomb there. So he's going to stop shooting for a second here, just to make an opening for himself.
One of the main techniques for dealing with the revenge bullets is to actually just not shoot, to control the flow of the revenge bullets and give yourself an opening.
The bosses are quite a bit harder in the loop, but this first boss is significantly easier than the rest, so probably good moment for a donation here.
Yeah, no milking here, as this is impossible.
Okay then.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, in the second loop, the milks literally don't contribute any score at all. They don't do anything. So it's there's no point in trying to go for them.
Right.
Especially since it's so unsafe. You know, the bosses are so much harder. So 2-2, the second stage of the second loop, is where things really start getting quite difficult. So we'll see some really aggressive movement in the early part of the stage, and then he's actually still going to go for some scoring optimizations in a little bit. So that should be
yeah.
cool to see.
I believe even though it is very unsafe, he's still going to be going for the full Zaka rush. We'll see that later.
And now here with these big like hangers, he wants to wait until they're fully on the screen. Even though he can destroy them higher up, if he destroys them when they're still kind of coming onto the screen, they'll spawn less revenge bullets and thus less multiplier. Really nice movement right there with that around the world helicopter. Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that dodge was intense.
Yeah, this is really good. Nice. Okay. So the entryway to that 2-2 mid boss is pretty challenging here.
This is a good loop so far.
We'll probably see him go for a setup here where he allows the mid boss to spawn some drones like this, and then he kills it. Yeah. So that actually contributed a little bit of extra multiplier because this mid boss in particular will cancel the revenge bullets that it fires during that stage transition.
Looks like we're still going to get the optimal Zaka rush. There we go, 94%.
Now he's going to stop shooting, move over.
Oh, is he going to bomb?
Oh, okay.
He had a bomb there.
Yeah. He was trying to make an opening for himself to cut back through, but just didn't quite make it.
Yeah, he was walled.
So now he's going to intentionally delay kill this helicopter. If he speed killed it, a third one would spawn on the right, which would make surviving this section incredibly difficult.
This is the second half of 2-2 is where the difficulty really starts to ramp up.
Oh yeah, he's going to do a really, really cool strat in a moment here with some of these helicopters.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh, okay.
He had a bomb.
That was off route. Yeah. He did not want to go that high that fast.
Oh.
So we'll probably see it right here. Yeah.
Around the world dodge, number 1, and around the world dodge, number 2. Really nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Believe it or not, that's actually pretty safe and consistent for him. So,
yeah.
What do you know?
It looks cool as hell, though.
Yeah. Oh, but he managed to do this section without a bomb. Awesome. That's an incredibly difficult section to do without a bomb. Nice misdirect on the big tank.
Oh
wow.
My God.
Wow.
That just-in-time dodge. That was intense.
Oh, boy. All right.
Now here we're not going to do a tread milk. Instead, we're just going to be quick killing the treads.
Yeah,
he's still going to be shot killing them so as to not cash out the multiplier early on these treads. These treads have very, very low base value, and we don't really want to cash it out for because we're going to lose score.
Yeah, Loop 2 Sphinx does not mess around at all. This boss is really quite mean.
Yeah.
So again, he's going to try to shot kill this. Oh, I don't know if he got that.
I think he still got it.
I think he did. I think he did just barely.
You didn't see a multiplier on screen.
Yeah.
Now the grenade pattern here is going to be just extra crazy. He's going to be doing a stream manipulation strat in order to make this dodge a little easier for himself so that he gets a bigger opening.
Right, so he moves in the opposite direction that the grenade is being fired. So if the grenade is going to the left, he moves the screen as far to the right as he can, and vice versa. That's going to mean that the grenade detonates higher up, which makes the openings between the bullets just a little bit bigger and more consistent to dodge through.
Nice.
Oof. Some really
good
scary
loop 2
moments
so
there,
far.
but yeah, so far quite good.
No deaths on 2-2.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 2-3 is going to be the wall.
So,
I think Moglar's mentioned it many times that 2-3 is his mental block if he gets into Ura.
Yeah, this opening section of 2-3 is quite dangerous. So I'm not surprised that he bombed, although I am surprised that he bombed so early. That's a little unfortunate. This section here with these big white helicopters, they can very easily wall you off. Whoa, nice.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Okay, nice.
Might be a little off route.
Oh!
Yeah, had a bomb there.
Yeah, okay.
I think we're due for another golden bat point blank right about now. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Very nice.
Dodging just in time as the revenge bullets spawn for the first phase.
That cut through the end there. Oh boy.
And Now the rest of the stage is also equally as insane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is
Yeah, just look at these revenge bullets and how much of the screen real estate they're like pretty much cutting off.
So here he's just being really careful with his movement. Really, really nice setup with the popcorn rush there that he's able to move up into the side and misdirect all that up.
Yeah, this routing is extremely tight. One misstep and you're probably going to be eating a bomber or death. Or a fistful of revenge bullets.
Yeah, really nice to just clear out that section early like that. So Vinogradov in Loop 2 is extremely dangerous, but just like in Loop 1, he's still going to be going for optimal scoring strats. So he's going to try to shot kill all of the small planes that are trying to dive bomb him and only use the lock-on shot for the targets on Vinogradov itself. Note that he did not damage that front section all the way. Those are going to be destroyed a little bit later as part of his speed kill strat. So if he does it correctly, he should still get the 1-up. You do need to destroy all the parts of Vinogradov in order to get that 1-up. Really nice movement there to take out that boat early.
Yeah, they're slightly safer strat
there you
than
go.
From Loop 1. Nice.
There's the 1-up.
He's probably going to be getting 4 choppers, 4 bonus choppers after this, and he's positioning himself in place for the 4th chopper. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
4. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now this section coming up right here is one of the most dangerous of the entire stage. So it's a little worrisome that he does not have a bomb right now, but I think he can still do it. Let's see. Come on.
Nice little cutback here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Boy. All right.
Coming up on the final big golden bat. This is going to be scary.
Yeah, this part is also really scary.
Oh man. Nice leading there.
Yep. Made a good opening.
Nice little cutback.
Yeah. Yeah, really clean. Okay.
Oh, and I believe, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I kind of jinxed it. I was going to say no miss 2-3.
Oof. Okay, well, 2-3 boss, Jamadar, again, much scarier here. He has a strategy, which I haven't seen a lot
getting
of other
in between the blue
use.
bullets.
Yeah, that is not something a lot of other players will do. And then normally he has a planned bomb here, but it seems like he's actually... Okay, there you go.
Oh, there's the bomb.
Yeah. I was like, seems like he might be trying to dodge it. What?
Yeah, those walls are like extra thick.
So here again, killing that single pontoon at a very specific time is critical for surviving this boss in the loop. So he wants to kill that pontoon on the right so that he can use that to dodge up and down and avoid this part of the pattern here. Right there. Nice.
Yeah, still shot killing that pontoon there so as to not cash out the multiplier until the very end. And I believe this is one of the easiest patterns in Loop 2. He's going to be doing the same thing, hugging the blue walls, automatically dodging the red bullets, except he's going to be hugging the bottom of the screen instead of partway up the top.
Yeah, very nice. Even with that death, like the first couple stages of the loop are incredibly difficult, so it's not surprising that there was a mistake there. I'm just really excited that it took him that long. This is a very good run so far. So stage 2-4, there's just a lot that's going to be happening here. Everything leading up to the mid-boss is going to be really, really crazy. You know, the opening of the stage 4 in the first loop was already very, very difficult. But here with the revenge bullets, it's just even more so. So we're probably going to see some really wild dodges going on here.
There's a nice dodge.
Whoop. Okay. That was good. All right. Nice speed killing so far.
And he's also dodging these clouds of revenge bullets unfocused, if you notice.
Yeah, because he wants to
Which
try
is
to
really
kill it.
insane.
Yeah, really nice stream there. So since all those enemies were aimed roughly at him, he's able to just continually move to the side and misdirect those patterns. So coming up on Black Draft. Casey, do you think we have time for another donation?
Yeah, I think we have time for a donation here.
Maybe 2.
Fantastic. We have $50 from Anonymous, who says, so happy to see a cave block at GDQ. It's like a dream come true. And we have $100 from Dan201 saying, shmup block, best block.
Yeah!
Yep, I would agree with that. Here he's going to probably delay... Yeah, so he delayed the lock-on and delayed the kill of the first phase of this just to make the second phase a bit easier. Note that since he's actually destroying some missiles that this boss is firing, each of them is actually contributing a little bit to his multiplier.
Yeah.
Probably have one more donation right now.
We have a $25 donation from Lady Quixote saying, for as bad as I am at shmups, they do have a pretty firm place in my heart. Thank you to all the runners for showcasing them.
All right. So now coming up on the nightmares, and in the loop, they are even more nightmarish.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh boy.
They're definitely going to live up to their name in loop 2.
Okay, so good. We didn't see the single revenge bullet there. Sometimes Blackjack will fire a single revenge bullet that will just like get you out of nowhere. It's very surprising.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God, this pattern.
Nice.
And the revenge bullets, every phase of this nightmare is going to be shooting out a large handful of revenge bullets.
But you do get a screen clear when you completely defeat it, which is very important for the later part of the stage.
Yeah, coming into the second half of stage 4, the Roomba section, extra difficult. The spirals being like, double, and also having to deal with the revenge bullets as well.
Yeah, really nice handling so far.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a little.
Oh.
Okay.
Had a bomb there.
Yeah, good bomb. Uh-oh.
But he still hasn't dealt with that Roomba.
Okay. Yeah.
Had to deal with a great tank there because I think he was a little off route, didn't kill the Roomba in time.
Yeah, he was expecting the bomb to kill the Roomba, I think. So, oh boy.
All right. And
nice.
Now for the scariest part of... Wow, this safe spot. Yo!
Oh, wow. All right. That was pretty cool. I was not expecting him to point blank that one there. Nice. Oh, I love it. He's going
to point blank this one? No, I don't think so.
This one is way too scary. We may even see a bomb here, but I think let's see it. Come on, get the clear. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was the right call to make to bomb there, but he actually killed the nightmare just a tiny bit before the bomb came out, so he would have been fine because of that screen clear. So he's gonna use a safe spot here.
Cinderella Ember. There's a safe spot at the top for the first phase.
Yeah.
I mean the first pattern.
It looks completely crazy, but it is safe as long as your positioning is really tight. This pattern is very, very hard in the loop. It's so fast you can't react to where the bullets are fired, so you have to just be paying attention to where those little drones are on the sides of the screen. Now that safe spot, in addition to being an easy way to dodge that pattern, okay, good bomb.
He had a bomb
which is otherwise very difficult to dodge. It also lets you maximize damage against the boss and again skip part of that phase, which you really don't want to have to deal with.
Phase 2 of Cinderella is extra scary. Just look at these funnels.
Yeah, it's way faster and there's a lot more going on.
Way faster and way denser too.
Okay. Yeah, that was just a really bad configuration of the funnels. Just bad RNG there.
Now dealing with 2-4 Disco Ball.
Yeah, this one, the red bullets rise much more quickly behind you. Okay.
He had a bomb there.
Yeah, good safety bomb.
I believe he's very inconsistent at dealing with that pattern. I mean, I wouldn't blame him just because of how difficult it is.
This pattern, again, is a little RNG dependent. If it comes out of phase, it can be really scary. So far, it looks like you got it good. Yeah, nice.
Safe spot. I believe we're going to see a planned bomb on this final pattern here.
Yeah. Probably in a couple more seconds here, we'll see it. He doesn't want to actually kill the boss. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
He doesn't want to actually kill the boss with the bomb because then he won't get the multiplier applied. So still going for scoring even this deep into the game.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. And now I believe we're on to Ura 2-5.
Oh yeah. This is
if you thought this game was hard, you haven't seen. If you thought the game was hard already, you haven't seen anything.
Yeah, there's a lot that is going to be happening here. Even just from the very beginning, had to make some pretty dramatic movements here to avoid all the revenge bullets on the screen. Now coming back to the souped up golden bat, which is even scarier in the loop.
Yeah, the damage is inconsistent, so he might actually go for a planned bomb.
Yeah,
No, I think he did just fine.
Nice. Okay, that's really good. The damage that the enemy takes is kind of inconsistent, so even with consistent player behavior, it's hard to know if it's actually going to die on time. So he used a slightly modified version of his normal route there, but it turned out well for him. So this section is just really, really hard. Moglar's making it look quite easy because he's manipulating the screen so well, but there's a lot going on.
That was
leaving
really
any
nice
of these
dodge.
enemies alive is really scary. Good bomb. He was going to get hit there.
Nice bomb. Coming up on the second air conditioner here. He's definitely not going to go for a 5-chip kill, just going to go for a safe strat.
Well, there are no 5 chips in the loop, but yeah.
Right.
You always want to lock kill the air conditioners because they have a very, very high base value, so you want that multiplier to be applied. Nice
little dodge on the turret, stealing the revenge bullets on the turret.
Yeah, and really good misdirection. So those big choppers, he was always misdirecting them out of the way and really clog up the screen.
I believe we're coming up on the final extend.
All right, there's one. Come on.
There we go.
All right, nice. That section always
still shot killing those buildings for multiplier management.
Okay.
He doesn't want to cash up this multiplier right at this very moment because he wants a very high multiplier for the mid-boss.
I didn't want to jinx it, but there's a very low chance that those two choppers, one of them can just fly off the screen and then you won't get the one.
Yeah, that's extremely unfortunate.
Really glad that didn't happen.
I've seen that happen before in very intense live runs, and it was really sad.
Yeah. So here, as we mentioned before, he wants to kill this turret on the center right at a very specific time to interrupt part of the next pattern that's going to come out right now.
Safe spot. Safe spot.
Safe spot?
Safe spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was awesome.
That safe spot and setup only works if your timing is right on. He had to wait for a second to evaluate, is it okay for me to go for the safe spot? But it was, so nice.
Doing a little damage strat here. He doesn't want to go for the optimal post 2-5 mid-boss Zako rush, so he's going to want a really weak one just to make it easier for him to deal with.
Yeah, it's just incredibly dangerous if you get like a full-length Zako rush here. You want it to be relatively short.
Nice dodge.
Oh.
He could just froze on stream for me.
Yeah, me too. But we're back.
He didn't get a very optimal Zako rush,
which is good.
He didn't have to. Yeah, which is good because he didn't have to like cut back there.
Yeah, nice. So management of the screen and the revenge bullets is totally critical right here. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming from both sides and from the top of the screen, so he can't rely as much on going up and over. He has to be pretty careful, especially this part coming up right here.
Yeah, the hurting of these revenge bullets is extremely insane. He always has just the tiniest sliver of space to maneuver around them.
Yeah. Now coming up on the Loop 2 descent, this is a super difficult section. His positioning when and where he kills the small popcorn enemies here is absolutely critical because they will flood the screen with revenge bullets, as you can see here.
And I just realized, Soft Drink, he has no bombs left. He's going to have to dodge all of this.
Holy hell!
Yo, how did he get through the blue walls?
Oh, that was awesome. That was look at this nightmare dodging too. Oh my gosh.
Nightmare dodging. Nice. No miss, no bombing that section.
Wow. Yeah. Going through that with no resources is very scary. So incredibly
He's going to have to no miss, no bomb this section that's coming up here. This is a very difficult section. Usually players will save one bomb for the second half of this Roomba rush here. Not now. Now.
Yeah, this part here, super difficult to do in the loop. So the same basic strategy applies, but it's just so much more dangerous, all these revenge bullets.
Yeah, this is where you usually want to have a planned bomb,
okay.
But he didn't get the no miss, no bomb strat that he's been practicing.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, it's an incredibly difficult strat, and he still has tons of resources to go into the final fight. So, oh. Yeah, these clones are super dangerous right there.
I think it was the aimed red turret bullets that got him.
Yeah. Yeah, the RNG seems a lot worse in the loop on those clone helicopters, in my opinion.
And now we're approaching the final Panzer Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Clone Rush.
All right, good setup for the first one. You got it right on time. So this next one that's going to come out is critical. He gets all his locks on it. He did. Good. He did not split the locks correctly. Oh!
Unfortunate death.
Okay. So yeah, this is getting a little tight now. He can still do it, though.
Yeah. Approach your target and attack. Your mission starts now. Are you ready?
So the same basic strategy as in Loop 1 applies here, but everything is just much denser, much more aggressive, and the bullets are coming much faster in the case of this particular pattern. So here, you really want to be doing just what he did there, where you're slowly moving from right to left. If you have to cut back and go in the opposite direction, it's incredibly dangerous because you'll have to go up and over. This pattern looks really scary, and it is very scary, but there's a way to kind of manipulate where it's going to be fired. So once you get some practice with it, it's actually not as bad as it looks. And
still locking onto the top right there, so I believe we will still get the one cycle.
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
And this pattern
you'll notice here on the boss, we're on the second phase, and we've already killed like 60% of the boss's health.
Yeah, I wonder why that could be. Yeah, so a lot of the patterns here are just very similar to what they were in the first loop, but a lot more dangerous because there's sort of a second layer of the pattern that's like a little slower on top of it. So have to be really precise.
We're about to get
and there we go.
Boss down. All right, here we go.
It's time
for
Doom.
Doom.
So, okay, good boss.
Yeah, that's the name of this true last boss. Doom's the name of this true last boss. You can only get to this boss if you loop this game,
Yes.
which is
So you-
already in and of itself incredible to manage to like 1 credit up to here.
So you gonna dodge this? Yeah, he does. Pattern is pretty tricky to actually dodge manually, so this one is a lot easier than it looks.
This
You
one's
just
a
go
lot
left
easier.
and
You
right
just go
like
left
this.
and right.
But you have to be pretty good with your timing on it. Here, this is a totally randomized pattern. Yeah, good bomb. Very random pattern, and it can be very hard to consistently dodge. So good bombs on both cycles of it there. These blue lines are not that bad, but sometimes you can get really awkward setups for them. So this is one of the most famous patterns in the entire game. Incredibly difficult, and yet Moglar makes it look easy.
Yeah, this pattern is mind-blowing. I don't even know how to begin dodging this.
Yeah, he told me in practice that he usually spends about 95% of his attention is focused on those red bullets, and he just sort of has like a intuitive knowledge of where the blue lines are going to be. So really perfect handling of it right there.
He just made that pattern look like it was nothing.
Yeah. Now coming up on the final phase, this pattern is also very famous. Okay.
Just immediately got sniped by the blue stream. What he's going to want to do here, he's going to want to go in between the blue and red streams and only choose one of the streams to dodge when he's forced out.
And if he has to choose a stream to dodge, he generally will want to prefer the red ones because they're a little bit easier to dodge. The way they move is very slightly different.
I believe time is coming up once this boss dies.
Yes. And time. Wow.
That was intense.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that was
I think intense is an understatement there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Excellent play there. Although, is that Moglar? Are you on mic now? Hey.
Hey, dude.
How you feeling?
I cleared really live. I feel so good, dude. Okay, 1-2 was awful.
That one was
I
crazy.
made some mistakes near the end of 2-5, but everything else was so good. I couldn't have asked for much better.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you, dude. So, while I still have the time left, I'd like to give some shout-outs to some things that could help people get into the genre. First of all, there's 2 main Discord servers we use, the Shmups Discord and STG Revision 2020. For the Shmups Discord, go to discord.me/shmups or twitter.com/shmups, and you can find a link there as well. For STG Revision 2020, go to electricunderground.io. Or is it the electricunderground.io? I'm not sure. And you can find a link there, and there's a bunch of other shmup content there too. There's also the shmup wiki, shmup.wiki.
Oh, shmups.wiki.
Shmups.wiki, yeah, thanks. This was played on the M2 Shot Triggers port of Ketsui, made in 2018. M2 Shot Triggers does amazing work on porting shmups. They've ported Battle Garega, Dangun Feveron, Maho Daisakusen, Ketsui, S-Braid, and the Darius Cosmic Collection. All 5 of those are on PS4 and they're amazing, so check them out. The last 2, Darius Cosmic Collection and S-Braid, are also both on Switch. I believe Garega's on Xbox One as well, I'm not sure. There's also some other, there's a bunch of cave ports on Xbox 360 if you still have one of those. Some on Steam. And some other amazing games on Steam like Crimson Clover World Ignition and Zero Ranger. But yeah, that's about it. I'm very grateful that I was allowed to showcase this. And I'm super grateful for the entire shmup block in general. We got the best lineup of games we could have possibly asked for, so thank you guys. That's the name.
And thank you, Moglar, for playing.
Yeah,
especially at such a high
thank
level.
you. That was a ridiculous run.
Yeah, that was great.
It's not correct.
Oh.
Is he spelling GDQ?
GDQ.
GDQ or God? I don't know, I can't make it out.
Gamer, dude.
God gamer.
God gamer.
Yeah, it looks a little questionable here, unfortunately, but yeah. If you enjoyed this run or any of the shmup block runs, maybe donate with $5.55. How about that?
5s.
Or anything ending in 5s. No, I'm good now.
Yeah, man, you want those big juicy 5 chips.
So, I'm off now. See you guys. Thanks for having me on.